a draft for game number 2 here, so we'll go ahead and take a look and see what these teams are cooking up. It seems like one of the fundamental problems too was Solo had a complete field day in the jungle. There was very little pressure on his Chen. He farmed very quickly. He had an Aghanims at a great timing, and when you can get away with that greedier lineup with a jungler, obviously you see the dividends pretty quick.
He did have a good early game, but I would say that Alliance still properly defended their early game. It all came down to how fast S4 got his Blink Dagger, and he got it rapidly. He would leave mid, go finish the jungle camps after Ake had stacked him, then Ake would take mid. They balanced their experience gain amazingly on Alliance there. The issue is that their mid to late game team fights, they just always weren't quite perfect. And whether that was because Vega just 5-man well or what.
There are
another Chen in this pool here.
Good heroes in this pool.
Yeah, there are.
So Chen gets banned. There's still a Death Prophet.
Yes, absolutely. Have yet to see either of those. Would love and Huskar. Huskar might be the worst. But...
Death Prophet, Abaddon, Undying, Beastmaster, all very likely to be high priority picks here.
There's so many good first picks.
Legion Commander's been picked pretty much every game she's available, I feel like.
But
it's been
will
very
it be
consistent.
This game with so many good heroes? That's hard to say.
And also
Death Prophet's got to be your #1 right now. I believe she's going to get banned, though. I think she's way too good.
You can't outlane her, and if you do outlane her and shut her down a bit, she sucks.
You can? 1v1? Or are you talking about with
you just gank the shit out of her.
Oh, sure, yeah. I mean, even that's pretty difficult with Spirit, Siphon.
And they ban out the Venge, and I think that's Alliance hoping to get 2 really strong heroes that are potentially punished by ganks. Like, if I have a Death Prophet, I don't want to be against the Venge, because that's a reliable stun, and it's a lot of damage amp in that laning stage that could lead to kills.
I think Pugna is actually pretty good against Death Prophet, not particularly in a laning stage maybe, but later in the game. So maybe see Alliance pick that up as well.
Night Stalker was a smart ban here, one of the better roaming supports that can really pressure the Death Prophet early. Hit her with a silence before she can ult, counter silence, that kind of stuff.
Wouldn't mind seeing a bounty to
harass her.
Just harass in the mid lane, yeah. I think that's very strong. And there's Beastmaster is still ridiculously good as well.
There's so many good heroes in this pool.
There really is.
This is like a captain's draft or captain's mode draft here. Like I'm looking at Beastmaster is commonly picked in the first 2 phase. Brewmaster is thrown in quite often. Baddons are not uncommon. You've got Jug carry. You've got Spectre carry. You know, there's the best heroes in almost every single.
We've seen Alliance really prioritize this hero. A lot of teams have, but Bulldog has played it almost every time. I think they first pick it when it's available in the pool, and overall he's had a really good performance. We've seen him get like a 15-16 minute Necro book consistently. I think level 3 Necro book.
If you're gonna pick Beastmaster, I think Undying and or who was I looking at? Where was he? Pugna.
Meepo, right?
Oh, Meepo, sure, but
why
Pugna
with Beastmaster?
Well, it just contributes to a push strat. Beastmaster's like, it's deceiving how good he is in a push strat.
I wouldn't say deceiving.
Yeah,
just the 2 heroes don't synergize that amazingly well together, other than for the ability that they can both push, I guess.
Which is good enough in Captain's Draft.
I would just prefer to focus on something that does single target damage, maybe.
I really think Alliance should try to grab the Abaddon sooner rather than later. That hero paired with Death Prophet is hell in a handbasket to deal with.
What kind of a saying is that?
Boom.
Hell in a handbasket?
It's like delivering the...
It's like you've got a little bit of hell in a basket. They're going to be like, hello, friend.
So you take a little basket and you put Death Prophet in, and then you cast Aphotic Shield on that basket and give it to somebody. Like, how do they deal with that?
That sounds awful to me.
That sounds like the worst package of all time.
Yeah?
Why would you want to receive that?
I think Vega partially picked Jug because it would have been good against Death Prophet. It's a pretty good solution with Omni Slash. And they've already got really good lockdown with Beastmaster. Although, I don't know if they would have done a bad plus
I like Witch Doctor here for...
Alliance?
Vega.
For Vega.
Against Beastmaster. Potentially.
It's okay. Cast and bounce around the units. It's a small
go for another
thing.
brew. So they got their 3 cores right off the bat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So offlane Brewmaster here.
They have all the supports that they're going to want. I wouldn't be surprised to see them grab Disruptor. It's a hero they often pick in the first phase.
Disruptor Visage could be a good support duo here.
I don't know if I would do Visage. I feel like they definitely need a lockdown, so Visage is not going to work. But I would do Witch Doctor Disruptor for them, or maybe Witch Doctor Rubik.
Okay.
Disruptor goes to Alliance, though. Very good against Brewmaster.
Ooh.
And again, Legion Commander.
The double cleanse. Aphotic Shield and press the attack on the same side.
I'm going to be so surprised if Undying... Well, Undying actually isn't that great now for Vega. Tombstone gets destroyed by LC and Abaddon. I believe that, it should work, the passive.
I believe so.
Along with Beastmaster's Aura. Like, they attack really fast.
Yeah.
So Undying is actually garbage now.
Yeah, I agree.
Pugna's still good. Although I don't like him as a support. They're gonna pick Undying anyway.
Okay, that's a bit interesting.
And Witch
They,
Doctor's
they are
obviously good.
melee heavy. They've got 3 melee heroes. That's one really good reason to have Tombstone. So I think that might be why.
And there aren't a lot of ranged carries. Oh, never mind. Okay,
Ooh.
so it's a core Abaddon.
Some fast picks. So a
Or
hybrid.
possibly a core Shadow Shaman. We saw that mid Lion from S4 the other day.
Yeah,
Maybe it's an S4 Shadow
I
Shaman?
think so, actually.
EGM Abaddon?
It's probably not bad against Death Prophet in the laning stage.
Dude, talk about a blast from the past. Shadow Shaman versus Death Prophet heads up mid. I mean, we're
Was that
hanging
ever a
in-
thing? I remember Shadow Shaman being mid. Death Prophet I don't think was popular while Shadow Shaman was mid, though. Right?
The Shadow Shaman was popular as a mid hero around the start of Dota 2, basically.
Yeah.
But that was about it.
And it was
kind of
also,
phased
it was
away.
really common in the Han days, the equivalent of Shadow Shaman. That was one of the no-tail classics.
And us as the more or less Han casting studio,
Yeah.
we like
Yeah, pretty
4 out
much.
of 6 Han casters.
Hey man, S4 played a lot of heroes in New Earth, I'm just saying.
He did.
He was
really
a
did.
beast. He was an absolute beast.
Yeah, that's a relevant stat here.
All right, so he's either playing Disruptor or Shadow Shaman. It's surely got to be.
Yeah, you never know.
Disruptor mid is.
It's not that bad.
It's not terrible. You can get Thunderstrike on a 7-second cooldown, or it's like 9-second cooldown. It does 400 damage with 4 skill points.
S4 Shadow Shaman. Oh god, am I excited. So with that, let's hand it over to our casters. I'm curious what Mott and Gran have to say about this Alliance lineup.
Thanks, Zari. Welcome back into the PIA Captain's Draft 3.0 presented by Dota Cinema and Moonduck TV. It is Game 2 between Alliance and Vega. Game 1 was a stomp in every sense of the word. Not a great game for Alliance. S4 playing the Bat Rider, and you talked about it. You're like, well, what does a Bat Rider do up against 5, man?
Yeah,
The answer to that question is nothing. Now they go for a Rasta mid. Last time, S4 played something a little bit interesting, which was the Lion. Didn't do that great. They still won, but whatever.
Good one, yep. And this, I mean, they know they're going to go up against Vega is going to be pushing early again. I mean, they have another lineup that can be early, but it can go into the late game with the Death Prophet, get that Octarine. It's just insane. But Alliance, on the other hand, they do have a Beastmaster. They have the Rost Awards. They have an LC. I mean, both teams are going to want to fight early is what it's feeling like to me.
Yeah, it just feels, maybe I'm wrong here, but it feels like Vega scales later into
They
the
do.
late game. They scale better. So they're not going as all in, I feel like, as they went last game, but they have the ability to take it to the late game as well.
They
But
do, but they also have like the Dirge and Witch Doctor early. I think Vega's draft is just all around extremely good, and they're pretty much going to do what they did last game, just early game, do their thing, and just slowly go into mid and late and keep pressuring their advantage they want to have.
yeah, and well, we've seen Bulldog actually own on this Beastmaster. That's one thing that we're going to have to keep in mind. Obviously, it's a pretty big deal for him.
I mean, it's going to be pretty much, we'll see how the Rasta does middle on Shadow Shaman.
Wow. Well, I guess that's true.
It is indeed.
Okay, well, all right. Well, that's enough of that. Vega's going to go for the top rune spot. Alliance are going to go for the top rune spot. Loda is looking for it. He's got Entangles. Listen, we got to keep this. This is a tightly run ship, okay? All right? We're going to keep the memes to a minimum here. We're going to keep the jokes to a minimum. Slacks is going to come in every once in a while. Everyone's going to have a good hearty chuckle. Ha, ha, ha. Funny stuff. And then we're going to go back into the game, all right?
You mad, bro?
I'm not even. I think it's funny. I'm just trying to have fun. You mad? It's like yesterday. You're not getting corn. I'm like, I'm not. I don't care. God. All right. Well, that's enough of that. Corn. Yeah. Never play Puerto Rico with these idiots ever again. Honestly.
Yeah, good times, but I don't know. I think the biggest thing here is Vega, just like last game, how Bulldog needed a blink on Brewmaster, and then I think Mag as well is going to need. I just think whenever you get a Brewmaster, getting like a 10 to 15 minute blink is always going to be great, and I think that's when they're going to want to start pushing, because you just do that, create havoc, and Death Prophet loves living in havoc, just running around her little ghost doing everything, and I'm nervous. I'm interested to see. At least Rasta does have quite the long attack range, and that's always good versus Death Prophet. You can get out of the Spirit Siphon easier. It's not like a melee hero where
That
you
is
full
a
duration.
sick block coming out from S4 and
It
crew.
is.
Aki comes in, he looks at no one, he hits him, and he just walks away. I don't want to deal with that. I got slapped. It's time to leave now.
Yep.
And S4, this is something that's interesting. I feel like Death Prophet can get bursted down with the stuff that Alliance has. You blink duel, all of a sudden you're dead. You have a body shield on top of that. Ross throws up the Ether Shot. I don't know. It's just a lot of damage coming from Alliance in the early game. So
Just like the couch said, having a press the attack and an aphotic shield, it's going to be hard to be stunned or silenced or anything when you're Alliance, as long as they get it all off.
the damage reduction is going to be there. The heal is going to be there. It's pretty insane. And they're going to do the good old dual lane offlane of Loda on the Legion and EGM on the Abaddon. This is what they seem to thrive on.
Oh, bottom lane.
And they're going to get the cask off, though. And there's going to be the Blade Fury. Loda doesn't have press the attack or overwhelming odds. He's low, but they can't quite get him. He's pretty damn speedy. They need one more right click, and they just can't get there. They need the decay. It's up in 1 second. Can they get the kill? He's not close enough. The overwhelming odds, but it does get the kill. He turned around, and that might have been the death of him. He wanted to get that extra attack or move speed coming out from overwhelming odds. It just wasn't there. And so they get the first blood on Loda in that bottom lane.
Yeah, and that's just perfect. Decay is so good in the early game. Takes away, does damage, takes away strength, so it just keeps stacking up. And Vega starts off 1-0 again. Top lane Mag getting harassed.
The clap coming out. Ake and Bulldog slowed down. They've got the poison from the boar.
Does have glimpse.
And they're going to use it. Mag still has a salve and a couple of tangos. He's got clap up at 3.
He's dead.
And he's going to pop the fairy fire. Clap up dead. All right, see you later.
And that's almost a waste of a fairy fire at that point. 75 gold, but still, so both off laners losing a hero. I mean, Loda's not an off laner, but playing in that off lane.
That was an interesting... that seems... It's tough for Mag. I feel like he's very tanky, but with Glimpse back, it just makes it so easy to get that kill.
We look at Solo and EGM just going at
They're
it.
just fighting, man. It feels like that's not a great fight, but EGM doesn't have Curse of the Avernus, so it's fine. Either way, there's a rotation all the way mid. This came from Sidioma. He's going to look for a kill on S4. There's going to be the Spirit Siphon. They get down the Tombstone. Good shackles coming up, but S4 is dead. Sidioma will take a couple of tower hits. He's rather tanky. He's got no salve. He'll probably head home. That is a very big pickup early on in the game. That's one thing. Rasta, pretty slow, doesn't have the biggest mobility, and he also is very squishy, so he dies to ganks like that rather easily.
Remember we talking about that's why it's so tough to play like a Lion or a Zeus middle, because you get picked up by one stun, one slow, and I mean you're not getting away. You're not like a Puck or a Quap.
Yeah, Puck will just lose your orb.
Yep.
Ross is like, I got sure legs.
Bottom lane.
Walk. Now there's going to be a jump in, Blade Fury. EGM maybe can get the Mistcoil deny, and he will do so. And Solo's about to fall the last hit from the tower. Nice play from EGM. They missed out on the kill because of the deny with the Mistcoil that he skilled up early. And that's just a great play from him. He also picks up the kill onto that Wish Doctor. Now mid, it's going to be S4 going to work on the shackles. He is just trying to stay alive at this point. No one didn't have any mana. Spirit Siphon has been a pretty good ability so far for no one. Yeah, it's a nice ability, Grant. It's good stuff.
Look at this. S4 is already almost out of his bottle. Meanwhile, Sioma comes back in, fills up his bottle, and no one's just having the time of his life.
And S4 is actually doing pretty well, things considered. 14 last hits to 14. Top, there's going to be a jump in on Maggie, the Thunder Strike. The clap will go. We'll try to TP away. Klimt is not there. He's already used it. See you later. Let me TP back home and heal up. I'll be back in a moment.
And we saw this last one on his clock where he did a lot. He had to just TP out. I mean, at least he wasn't dying. He wasn't getting much, but not dying is always a good thing, I'd say.
Oh, the classic jungle LC. We saw it yesterday, much to the chagrin of, I think, everybody on the couch and just everybody overall in general. RTZ did it really well. Obviously, they won that game against Vega. Vega's like, are we going to lose to jungle LC twice in a row?
No.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, it means they're winning bottom lane. If you're forcing he was supposed to be bottom, trying to get some farm, get some carry, and he was getting destroyed. So he's forced to go 2 into the E. A moment of courage, and now he's forced to jungle.
I mean, it's not like, do you skill up the overwhelming odds if you're jungling, like, right off the bat?
You don't anymore. There was some stat about, because, like, you're supposed to do stacks with it, but now the magic production in the middle, S4.
Spirit Siphon's going to go, they get the Hex off. It's going to be tough to bring this hero down, because he did get off the Hex. He's going to pop the Fairy Fire. They're going to try to die for the kill, but Solo is not going to be successful in doing so. He's going to turn around. The salve's going to go. They're going to get it canceled. They're looking for a Crypt Storm. They've got the Invis rune, and here's Loda nearby. Now they're going to pop the Spirit Siphon, the Crypt Storm. See you later, S4. EGM, they drop down the Tombstone. The cast bounces through into EGM. The Aphotic Shield will go onto himself. He's got no mana for the Mistcoil. No one's low, but the Spirit Siphon in bottle keeping him up alive as well. And the Tombstone is doing serious work. The Crypt Swarm. Aki's going to Fairy Fire, but Seema is so freaking tanky. Decay is not enough to get the kill, and Solo's too far away for the last right click. Still, though, Vega take another 2 kills going their way. No one barely survives on 67 HP. He'll head back to his side of the river and maybe home as well. That's a huge pick again for Vega this time.
Yeah, and that was a level 1 Tombstone. He just got level 2. I've never seen a level 1 Tombstone do so much right on that hill, and that was just insane. Vega's already doing what they want. Run at him. They're going to start pushing towers with level 6 on Death Prophet.
Yep.
They're already looking to roll here.
He's going to get his wand up. He has skilled up the Exorcism, ready to go. Down bottom, Jug's like, well, I guess I'm not fighting. I'm just farming. I got phase up. I got a poor man shield, probably getting the kill up pretty soon, something like that. Maybe a wand. I have a lot of early game items. And EGM is just trying to get experience.
And with that phase boots, one more creep, he'll be 6, and we might just see him run at EGM after he gets
close.
it.
Yeah, there's a creep wave here. EGM, of course, has a Aphotic Shield. Kim is cool to deny himself. He's back up to full mana, so he should be okay. Smoke up the seat, gank. Bulldog needs to get involved maybe earlier than he would like to be. And it looks like this is going to be a gank on no one. This should be successful. There's the Hex up. The War will go as well. No TP's coming in. Not just yet. There's the War Trap as well. He's going to try to Spirit Siphon through this, but still, that's a lot of damage. And finally, Alliance are successful in a gank that has to use Serpent Wars to do so. A kill is a kill, however, and that's very important going the way of Alliance, and that's going to give some extra gold going the way of S4 as well as the Beastmaster.
Yeah, but it will push middle lane out a little bit. Oh, bottom lane, we're going to have a gang on EGM.
There's the cast coming through. He's got a Photic. The Omni Slash is more than enough damage for Pasha to get the kill. And you're right, he got a level 6, he went right on top of EGM, but he did get the help from Solo.
Yep, he did, and that's just a perfect kill, not only EGM, just slowing down his level 6, and I mean, it secures him free farming his lane again. And so 9 Pasha, he's having a great time. Meanwhile, Loda's jungling, but he's doing it extremely fast with that Iron Town.
Yeah, he's got Boots Bracer. He is still a little bit behind. He's actually behind Sioma in terms of net worth, but
all right, Seema the Slayer is going to fall, and they get the Tombstone now, but that's 175 free gold for Aki now. Dropping Tombstones like that is actually almost worth more than a low-level hero.
Yeah.
175 gold
That's
for
a lot.
two hits is insane.
They just rotate 3 heroes mid. S4 has a regen rune, and it's going to be another quick blink dagger. It looks like he's got 1,200 gold. He's going to try to pick that up as early as possible. Again, Pasha, though, he continues to farm up Zakila, his poor man shield. All of his early game items are there. He can even pick up a drum if he wants to. They're going to TP on another hero. That'll be Sioma. They're going to help have some initiation on bottom lane. They don't have Tombstone ready for another 38 seconds. Ake's nearby with Glimpse up in 10. And they might just continue to try to push this. Ake might get caught if he's not careful. They don't have an initiation, so it's not quite there with Witch Doctor Kaz.
We actually see, I'm surprised, Rasta is up in the CS charts on the Death Prophet because of those ganks now, and that's pretty dang good to beat someone who people say you can't win in lane against.
I mean, he's actually ahead of him in net worth, too. Like, CS is important, but the net worth is really where it counts.
Yep. And that this is going to be, it looks like possibly a free tower bottom. We're going to see the glyph here, see if anyone else TP's in.
There's a top tier one getting pushed in by Beastmaster.
Oh, they glyphed after the tower died. They're not going to have it for the next push now.
Tier 2 now is, yeah, or even the tier 1 top lane. That's not great.
That is not good. Missing a glyph, that is not a good thing to have happen right now.
No one's having some issues. He'll DC from the game. He's lagging.
Nice.
Yeah,
thanks,
I figured.
Solo.
Yeah, thanks. That's really, we just knew that heads up.
Thanks, dude. 2 minutes, not bad. That's pretty good computer, but what do we got? We have Brewmaster. He went the Iron Town as well. He's not level 6. And we see Beastmaster is level 8, almost with the book 1. So Mag is actually having a rough game, but one team fight as a panda, and you could just catch right up, getting involved in like 5 kills, 4 kills. And
you have to remember, Bulldog was in the safe lane. He's been involved in 2 pickups. He's been farming freely. They haven't stopped him. They actually had Aki supporting him. That's how much they value this Beastmaster.
Yep.
Whereas other teams will throw it into the offlane and say, fend for yourself. Bulldog often gets like 15-minute Necro 3s just because they really, really value that item and that hero.
And he's on track to do that again. That's going to be insane push, obviously, leveling the inner beast over the axes. And Ross Awards, it's going to be interesting. Both teams literally want to team fight and run at each other and just push towers. We'll see who comes out on the better end when it does happen.
I think for Alliance, it really comes down to getting their level 6 on a lot of their heroes. EGM getting borrowed time, like he becomes a lot more effective once he has that ability, and he's going to have it soon. We already talked about the Beastmaster. Ake's level 4, so he's still pretty far away from the Static Storm, which is going to be very, very important to hit against a Brewmaster, which is really, really important. But
this Juggernaut, I mean, not the highest. I mean, it's about 7.5, but he is getting so much like gold. You don't even need. You got your level 6 in spin.
That's the wrong spelling for glyph, I'm pretty sure. I might be wrong about that.
You're definitely not.
Okay.
I mean, it's a good thing. That's why some people go to private schools, some people go to public schools, and that's what happens.
Well, we won't blame Slacks too much. Oh, man, it was a 2-minute reboot. He wasn't kidding.
It is crazy, though. I mean, obviously, Bulldog, the highest level in the game by far, but 9 Posh is 1,000 net worth up already at 8 minutes in on anyone else.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Extremely hard to deal with. If
Loda's like, man, I could have contested you down bottom, but I wanted to go to the jungle instead. So
yep, I mean, it would have been tough if he always just has a dirge and a witch doctor running at you. You get a tombstone down and a cast that bounces, and you're just dead. Like we saw Metal under their own tower.
Yeah,
and he's got destroyed.
Loda does have his duel. He's actually almost level 7. He only has 1 level of prestige attacks, so not a lot of bonus attacks, but still. I feel like if they can find like a Hex or Shackle, it's a free duel victory unless Vega can get a TP in. They don't have the best. Actually, they do have good healing. They have Soul Rip, which is actually only level 1, and they have the Voodoo Restoration, which Solo is going to max out after Cask, and of course he gets up his level 6, which is his ultimate. So
yeah, both teams have a lot of like counter gank possibility with Avernus, Crusty Tag, and then Dirge, Witch Doctor. It's going to be extremely hard for both teams to pick up kills if it's not a full-fledged fight.
Yeah, rotating top S4. Vision is there from the Hawk. They'll see Mag right underneath the tower. Meanwhile, EGM is getting pinged out. His level 6 isn't quite there yet. They're going to take down this illusion. They Spirit Siphon it. Now they're going to jump in. Mag is going to get pincer maneuvered on. There's the roar coming out. The Serpent War is coming through as well, and Mag is almost certainly dead. But here we go. Spirit Siphon. Exorcism's going. S4 will be certain to die here momentarily. He'll go down. Can they get more? Beastmaster getting jumped on by Pasha. There's the Miscoil to heal him up and try to keep him as tanky as possible. He'll do just that. EGM instead getting focused down the TP away will not be successful. It is a 2-for-1 exchange. Really good TP rotations coming out. Bulldog will survive. That will provide his Necro 1, but it's not really, not sure if it's worth it 100%.
No, it's not. Look at Solo, so happy. He's going to clear up all these wards, get like 250 extra gold here. So, and they get a 2-for-0 trade because, like you said, no 6 on Abaddon, no borrowed time, so saved his friend, but he himself dies. Or no, it was a 2-for-1 trade, my bad.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Panda went down. Yeah, Panda, he's having a rough game, but as long as your team's doing good, he's like, hey, just keep pushing towers, get me some gold, and
yeah.
I'd be appreciative.
Yeah, he's going to have a pretty late blink dagger, that's to be sure. But Pasha, again, continues to be the leader in net worth, and no one has now jumped up ahead of S4 as well as the Beastmaster. Loda continues to farm the jungle. Other lanes, when he can get to it, he's up to 1,000 gold now. We'll see if he gets up his treads or if it's just like safe for a blink or a full drum. Speaking of drum, Pasha's going to pick that up for himself, as we talked about earlier. So all of this early game item for Pasha, they have a lot of move speed, they have a lot of damage coming out from this Juggernaut, and that's very frightening.
They're doing also, I just noticed Bulldog just backdoored the top tier 1 with Book 1 and a boar.
Nice.
It's tweet down, so hey, get some gold for yourself after they took your tower.
They actually have the Hawk vision of on Pasha. Of course, he has spin, so they can't really kill him, nor do they have Beastmaster there. Mid lane, they're looking for EGM. They're actually probably just going to look for a push instead. Exorcism is back up at 50, but with 5 heroes here, with Healing Ward, with Tombstone, I don't really see this being an issue for Vega to push this. They've also gotten the double damage rune onto no one. Miscoil will try to pull the creep wave back. Pasha's going to go to work on the tower. The Healing Ward will go. And you can see Alliance are trying to maybe mount the defense here. They're up onto the high ground. They're going to get some vision with the Hawk. There's 2 of them. They'll see where the Tombstone is. The Boar will try to right-click it down slowly but surely, but this is more than likely going to be at least a tier 1. If not, it's denied. They're going to Soul Rip it up. The deny will go from the Shadow Shaman. Loda's looking to fight now instead. They get off the AS4. Death Ward coming out. He's dead instantly with the Spirit Siphon, the double damage rune. EGM will have to pop up the borrowed time. He's going to get chased down as well. They're looking for maybe a Boulder Toss from Bulldog. The action will go through. He's got Roar in Book 1. They're going to get cycled up in the air, and EGM is going to stick up. There's a cast bouncing through as well. The Omni Slash will bring him down. Now they're going to focus Bulldog. He'll try to TP away, but it's just too much damage, and Vega's running at them again, this time with 3 deaths, and it's going to be a tier 2 tower on top of it without Exorcism being needed to use, Grant. That's a huge engagement once more for Vega.
It really is. Vega just, they get their draft. They get these early game push lineups where they're strong in lanes, they strong in push, and they just keep doing this. It's just so hard to counter.
I think it comes down to the draft, because you look at what Alliance gave away. Like, we don't want to deal with the Chen, but we have to let something through. You know, they're going to pick up Beastmaster. They're going to actually get the Static Storm Kinetic Field glimpse back, and that's going to be a dual win onto no one. Nicely done from Loda. A really good play from Malake to set that all up. So
and that's actually that's big. They take down their tier 2 tower like, oh, they get something out of it. They get damage, they get gold experience, and that's needed. Loda, just like Mag, are both struggling. This Panda, though, after they push 2 towers, he is very close to blink now.
Loda did pick up a Blade Mail, so that's on route. And are they going to take Roche? They're going to try to take Roche. They've got Serpent Wards. And it looks like maybe Vega might know this is happening. They have a smoke up ready to go here pretty soon. They do have one on Sioma. Obviously not there is Solo. He'll TP into the bottom tier 2 tower. No one's back up in 3 seconds. The Serpent Ward's doing some decent work onto Roche. And here we go. They're going to jump in. Ake's going to be the first to get scouted out. The Hawk will go through the kinetic field. Nicely done. Mag's about to jump in. They get the Hex off. Now the Roche is extraordinarily low. The Aegis is going to go through. Get the one on the EGM. He's about to fall. The Aphotic Shield comes out. They will get the Aegis up for Loda. The duel comes out. Pasha, he's got the spin though. And that's going to be the Aegis and winner for Pasha. But he's in trouble. The Healing Ward coming out. They'll take down 3. S4 shackled up, just trying to stay alive. The Crypt Crypt Swarm. They're doing so much damage to the Exorcism. Loda's going to be the last to fall. He's going to pop the Blade Mail, trying to chase after Pasha. He's just not fast enough. 4 dead for Alliance yet again. And they even get Roche, but it just causes them too much pain, too much problems, and Vega will get another huge team fight that gets them almost up to 5,000 net worth advantage here at 13 minutes into the game.
That's huge. And they killed Loda twice. He picked up the Aegis. That Tombstone again was perfect. They didn't have a Hawk on it, or else the Shadow Shaman wards would have taken it down so quickly, and that turned very quickly after Mag didn't die right away.
Sioma on the Undying is having an amazing game.
Yeah,
he's got what, headdress now, and mech recipe's probably pretty close to completion as well. So
he is only 500 from a mech. Yeah, his tombstones have been exactly where they need to be.
Pasha's going to have the Blade of Alacrity for probably an SNY. I think you just stay tanky in this game, and I don't know if you really need a Manta.
Yep, he might want it just for, I don't know, for anything. But yeah, he can go what he wants, and they're just going to probably push towers now. They know there's no Aegis on anyone. They know they're up. And it'll be interesting. I think Panda finally has his blink now, too.
They're gonna get a smoke of the Sea Gang. Sioma's gonna scout it out. The Roar goes long range. The Axes will go. The Necro 2, or Necro 1 used rather, the Static Storm on top of that. Here comes Pasha, the Blade Fury on top. Now Mag comes in with the Drunken Haste to slow them down. They might lose a lot more out of this than they really intended. Ake's gonna get caught. They'll bring him down. Bulldog will fall next as well, as the entire team of Vega is there. Pasha takes a lot of damage from that Necro 3, but he has his healing ward, and they have the good old Urn charge up and ready to go. So Bulldog, they get that kill, but it just caused so much. So they lose 2 more heroes.
Now there's S4 just trying to push bottom. Doesn't look like they're going to defend it. They're just going to give up that tier 1.
Well, here we go. The tier 1 tower is going to fall. Some extra gold going the way of the line they really desperately need. It goes back to the draft. I was going to say this earlier, but they had to give something away. They didn't want to give Solo Chen. They wanted Beastmaster for themselves. And it's not great. They had to give away. Ooh, Split comes out. Loda, he's probably fine. They just had to get away the Death Prophet. There's the Cyclone up in the air. The book 3 is now done. Courier was about to come through. The Boulder Toss, yeah, and Undying is just going to head top, and it looks like they're just owning out Loda with this Bruce Split. This is actually not even do anything, I think, except for just making space for the rest of Vega to push top lane.
And that's pretty much it, and they're going to most likely hit this tier 2. They can fight. Blade Mail down for now. It was smart. I think he did bait out that Pandal, because he could have just dueled right away, and he got scared.
Yeah. EGM, cast up, he'll take down an Observer Ward. Good sentry placement, they'll TP down bottom. Observer Wards were used on the tier 1. The Exorcism, the Crypt Swarm, he actually doesn't hit it, so the Blink is still able to get off, and S4 will just back up together.
Yeah, and Vegas have it. They're up 16 kills to 7. They're up, what, 3, 4, about 2 extra towers on him, and Pasha's just farming good again. He's been creating space, but he's always there in fights with them. Oh, bottom lane.
No one. Jump on no one. He already used his Exorcism. He's got the tick charges. He's hexed up. He'll get it off. He's got drum charges. The Spirit Siphon. They'll jump in with Mag. He doesn't have the ultimate. S4 might fall because of this. Here comes Pasha. He's got the Omni Slash. He blinks away. Bulldog will not be so lucky. The Omni Slash in the last right click. Can he get it done? He can. Pasha's dominated. The Death Ward. S4 gets off the Hex. They glimpse back the Static Storm. They won't be able to bring down Pasha. They get off the Tombstone. It's retreat time for Alliance. EGM now getting focused down by one of the creeps, by one of the zombies. Ake is looking to get out. S4 will TP home and leave his friend behind. There's the Urn Charge up and ready to go. Kinetic Field nicely done, and Maggie's got Blink. The clap comes out. The glimpse back in, though, but can solo Ake down with usage of the Urn in the last right click? The answer to that question is yes. He will fall to the last tick of the Urn Charge, and Vega will get at least 2 kills out of it and trade no one's life away yet again.
Yeah, just another good engagement. All they lost was no one, and I mean, they're fine with that. Picking off Beastmaster's like their top net worth, so they're getting so much gold every time he dies.
It just feels like every trade they take, they're losing it.
It always feels like a 2-for-1 trade or a 1-for-1 plus a tower. But Alliance we are seeing Loda. He is getting reasonably farmed. Maybe he won't want that Blink. We saw RTZ not opt to go for it, and I guess they don't really need the initiation with the Blink Shadow Shaman. So.
Yeah, they've Blink Shadow Shaman, they've glimpsed back, so they have ways to actually get an initiation off. But yep. Teams are coming through. The tier 2 tower is not dead. The split will go immediately, and Bulldog and Loda, they're looking for a dual target, and he's going to get cyclone up in the air. Bulldog got Boulder tossed up, and here's EGM having to pop the bar time already. Kinetic Field's down. The glimpse back, I think, came through. And the Death Ward's gonna go, not yet. Aphotic Shield, Loda's getting chased down. Boulder's off again. There's the Death Ward. Loda taking a lot of damage. Good roar up though onto Solo. They glimpse him away as well. Now the clap out. Mag is back in his regular form. The Blade Fury going through the kinetic field. Loda's about to fall. The one more right click and Blade Fury spin will do the job. They've lost 3. Mag's dominating. They buy back onto Loda. They have to clear up these Serpent Wards, but the Shackle coming up. Podge is in trouble. Might actually fall for the first time, and he will. They didn't clear up enough of the Serpent Wards, but here's no one. The X isn't going to work. They're looking for a duel. They get off the blade now. They finally get it done. And Mag will jump in. The Spirit Siphon's not enough. The duel is still going, and Loda will finally find a victory, but it's going to be a dieback. And they've lost only 2 for Vega. They're so damn low for Solo and Mag. Mag might drop to the urn, and he will. It is a 3 for 3, really more of a 4 for 3 after the dieback. Sioma is going to TP away. He'll make it out alive. Solo has no mana nor TP. He's got 2.4k gold. He's more than likely going to buy at least 2 components of his Aghanim Scepter. He might still actually be able to TP out. He's going to have enough mana for the TP. He needs to buy one. He has one in his inventory now. He'll sell it and then just TP into the tree line. But again, it's just Loda. They had a really good initiation with Shadow Shaman, or rather the Ross Wards plus the glimpse into Static Storm, but
yeah, it was really good. But the problem is Vega, just from all the towers they've taken, there's so much more farm. They can just tank that. And Solo's actually, this is gonna be the first Witch Doctor we see just straight up go Ags in a long time instead of Glimmer or something. He's very close to it.
600 gold before that has been picked up, which is interesting because I feel like every time he's got his Death Ward down, they're like, all right, you're Ward. All right, you're Glim.
Pretty much. They're doing something to him. They're gonna have to super commit that to him now because he pretty much becomes a carry hero with that item.
Yeah. Level 2 Death Ward. Alliance are struggling just to stay afloat at this point. There's almost a 10,000 net worth advantage for Vega, and Alliance are knocking on death's door at this point and about to be out of Captain's Draft 3.0 if they can't get something going. Bulldog is still sitting on Necro 2. We talked about 15-minute Necro 3. It's not even close. He's died too many times here. Loda had to die back, so his progression has been stifled. This game is looking to get out of control. No one has a soul booster, and if he gets up the Octarine core, the game, I think, just ends at that point. It's just too much damage and too much survivability.
Yeah, but it seems too much. I know me and you got to watch when the death probably kind of became super good. We saw like the Ritsu and our TZs. We were like, oh, Octarine core, and your ult's up literally every time you're healing. It's insane.
It's pretty nice. Pretty damn good. They're going to smoke him for Alliance. This may be one of their last gasps. Luckily, Vega are not together. They have the Hawk to get vision on Solo. Nearby is no one. And Bulldog gets silenced immediately by jumping in. He was looking for the roar. Can the rest of the team get there? The Death Ward comes out. They get the duel off. Good glimpse back. Solo will be a duel victory, more than likely for Loda to come through. He stays alive. They don't get the duel win. The roar goes to Spirit Siphon. Bulldog's very low, very low. The Glimmer Cape comes out. The Aphotic Shield. EGM takes up the, of course, Borrow Time. Ake gets Omni Slash. The EGM's going to get stunned up. The Borrow Time is now down. They're going to lose both of their supports. Bulldog will be able to TP out. They'll lose Solo. But again, it's just maybe another 2-for-1 trade. EGM's going to earn himself up. There's the decay. He's going to use the Mistcoil Deny. It will be a 1-for-1 exchange. The Deny does not give anything away to Pasha. But again, it's just they're not really winning these fights, though.
Yeah, did you see how much they had to commit just to get that Witch Doctor to stop his ultimate? And that was even before the Ags. Now they scout out Roche, and it will not be up. It will be the latest spawn time.
That is correct. It is going to be the good old 11-minute roast respawn time. S4 is looking for a blink, maybe force initiation with an invis rune onto no one, who again is run a little bit out of mana. Sioma is going to be nearby. He doesn't have detection onto S4. It's not like it's a smoke or anything. And here we go. Posh is actually going to try to take, I think, this ancient stack. They dropped the tombstone. Yeah, S4 is going to head out.
I think S4 thought they had a sentry there, because why would he drop a tombstone? It was smart play by both of them, actually.
It's like, all right, well, we're going to tank up this ancient stack and allow Pasha not to take any damage.
Yep, and that's all they have to do.
No Battle Fury, so he's not able to clear it out that quickly. But he's already got a Mantis-Style. I mean, he could go Basher next. Don't even really know if he needs BKB at any point in this game because he has the Blade Fury.
If they have so much survivability with Seamless Slayer already picking up the Guardian Greaves, the Soul Rip, it's healing ward. It's insane. He can almost just go MKB, get some straight up damage if he wants.
Yeah, there's a lot of options here for pretty much everybody for Vega. For Alliance, they just have to find items. And as for an Aghanim Scepter might be the item that defends their high ground and maybe gets this game back even, because they really need damage, and that will provide a lot of it.
And they do have, I mean, Admiral Bulldog on the Beastmaster is book 3, and Aghanims maybe from S4, and they have a lot of split push. If Vega keeps 5-manning, they just split push. They can take a Rax very quickly.
Loda has caught back up to about 2,000 gold. If he wants to pick up the Blink Dagger, it's going to be in one creep wave or so. Still pretty far behind in net worth, 6.8k to the 11,000 coming out from the Juggernaut. So Pasha, extraordinarily farmed. Double damage rune top lane is going to get scouted out by EGM. The split push continues as S4 is going to be doing so bottom, and then top lane is going to be taken down by Loda.
Yeah, I mean, I think that stat's actually correct is the worst part about it all.
Yeah, that's...
And here, this is like I said, like Vega's kind of 5-manning, and they like the Alliance has decent split push, and they're just gonna lose a free tier 2, it seems, and they're gonna go for racks here though. So
that's the trade-off. They have to all TP back home and defend this now.
yeah, but they want, and it's actually the 3 heroes I didn't say split pushing that we're actually pushing top. We have S4 pushing bottom. He can't commit wards though now.
They all
I don't
TP
think
back.
he can.
Yeah, they're all TPing back now. S4's going to have to be the one to do so as well. They've already chalked down the tier 3 tower. The Exorcism is just destroying this. It's level 2 still. They finally will use the glyph, and now Vega's like, maybe let's not fight here. I think they dropped the tombstone down on the high ground as well. EGM's running in the overwhelming odds, is trying to start and clear this up, clear the creep with, clear out the hero HP, but it's not doing nearly enough. This looking like a full 3 racks. S4 is about to jump down and get that serpent wards up, and then he gets silenced immediately. Not to see it done from no one. Melee Rax is dead. The ranged rifle just about to fall to the Exorcism Ghost, but it's not going to. EGM is on the hunt. Solo's turning and looking for the Cyclone. They've got the Bruce split. Bulldog has to get the war off, but now is dead as the Spirit Siphon comes out. EGM's borrow time is going to go. They get off the Omni Slash. Loda gets the duel off, but he's the loser of the duel as Solo gets off the win. The Death Ward will fly. Good force away from S4, but they've lost 2 at this point. They've lost the full set of racks. They're going to lose 3 as EGM. The Death Ward will bring him down with Juggernaut. The spin of the last right clicks, and the Serpent Wards are dead. And now their opportunity to head for the bottom tier 3, and the bottom set of racks is open, or they can just head back to Roche and take care of that.
Yep, that's an Octarine on Death Prophet, a Diffusal Blade on the Juggernaut. And this is, Vega's just, they're doing Vega things, just, they might be the first team to take 4 games off Alliance in a row, and who knows, since they were TI4 or something.
These are like the only games besides the one game I think they lost to, I think it was Mama's Boys.
Yeah.
They lost twice to Vega, then they lost once today so far, and it might be another good old 2-0 for Vega here. They've just either figured out Alliance, or for some reason Alliance can't get over that mental hurdle that is the Vega CIS squad. So there's the Roche, there's the Aegis. No one has the Octarine for, as you mentioned, and he's already back up to 1,500 gold. That's the amount of gold you can get just from 1 melee Rax in tier 3 tower, plus a couple of kills, and that's at 120 HP, and that is not a melee Rax. It will not heal up. It'll stay at that for the rest of the game until it goes down.
Yeah, they can just, it'll push itself, and if they do a 5v5, that mid Rax will go down, and it's just rough. We're going to see S4 pinging top. Maybe they're going to try to, they're just going to try to push every lightning, because look, we already see Vega 5-manning, so, I mean, they have to keep pressure. If S4 takes a Rax by himself, that's always good.
Yeah, S4 he's got Serpent Wards back up in 32. Again, it's not Aghanim Scepter. By the time he gets to the tier 3 tower, if he commits the Serpent Wards, he'll take a tier 3, but by that time, Vega will take another set of racks.
And he's already back, and they're like, we got to defend, we can't push.
It's a slippery slope for them. It just seems impossible for them to be able to deal with this. The Exorcism's going to go.
Glyph, yeah.
And there's no glyph, like you just said. There's the tier 3 tower getting chunked down by the Exorcism. Pasha's going to go to work on the melee racks. Alliance seemingly can't do anything. They're running Bulldog back. He doesn't have a TP scroll. What about EGM? He does, but at this point, they can't defend without Bulldog's roar. They'll take down the melee racks. In fact, I don't even know if Vega really need to go again here. Loda, he's going to get silenced up. He can't jump in with a Blink Dagger. He doesn't have a BKB. Ake's getting Spirit Siphon. Good Glimmer Cape. He'll force himself away. It's actually force coming out from S4 instead. Press the attack will go. Loda's looking to try to find an initiation. The glimpse back in. That's going to be on Solo. There's going to be the duel done. But it's very tanky. Loda's just not doing damage. I don't even know if he got to press the attack off. This Spirit Siphon and Solo, he won't lose that duel damage. And Loda will go down. The cast comes out. The Death Ward. There's going to be a great, at least static storm, but it's just not doing enough. S4 has Blink and forced away. Solo gets a triple kill, by the way, and EGM is going to be the next to fall. 4 dead. They have to buy back on Loda. They're corralled in the base. They've already lost 2 sets of racks. They're about to. Pasha and Sioma are looking to dive. S4 jumps in Serpent Trap on Sioma. I don't really know if he cares. He's going to decay. He's just making so much space. The tier 4s are getting assaulted by Pasha, by no one, by Mag. They will lose Sioma as the Hex comes out. The Serpent Wards finally get the job done, but those are down for another 105 seconds. They're going to clear up the range racks mid, and Vega will continue with this push.
Yeah, that was just great fight, and Solo got that triple kill. He got dueled, he didn't die, then he laid down his Aghanim's ult, and he had like 400 HP, and it just killed everyone.
And that's it. They're going to GG out. Captain's Draft 3.0. Alliance is done, and that will get us our grand finals between Vega and EG. I think everyone probably thought Alliance, maybe they lost that Vega Series 2-0. It was a fluke. They were going to come back in and crush Vega today. I feel like Vega were still the underdogs, and boy, they just made quick work of Vega in this series, Grant.
They did, and I think people are excited to see Vega kind of got beat by EG at Jungle LC, see if they can come back from that. ESL New York, they did beat EG, so it's 1-1. This might be the final, the showdown.
Yeah.